Hello everybody and welcome back to another Deep Ogre review. Today we'll be taking a look at the kind of brand new, maybe depending on how lucky you were to get this guy, the Transformers, this is not Transformers, this is G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow. I almost called him Snake Eyes because I'm looking at Snake Eyes right next to my desk, but this guy's just fantastic. Easily top 5 of this year. I think he might be number 1, actually. He might be number 1 of this year. I love this thing so much. Thank you to our sponsor, KD Toys and Customs, for this guy. Remember, go check them out. All their links in the description below, of course. And, yeah, without further ado, I'll take a gander at this guy's accessories. So for the first accessory, you have his sheath and quiver. It's very nicely sculpted. You got some nice padding right here. You have some more kind of rough leather texture up here and right here. You got the Arishikage symbol right there. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, but these are kind of bent right out of the box, so if you put the swords in there, your swords might get a little bent. But other than that, it's just perfect looking. I love this thing, obviously. You have some accessories to go with it, like this arrow, very nicely sculpted. It's just a basic arrow. You got some red, like the rest, for the feathers on the back, and there's a hole. You could just put it in there, and it stays in pretty well. Yeah, I honestly thought I lost it because it blended in so well with the others. But it does actually stay in pretty well, even when you have it upside down, and you can shake it all around without it falling out. So that's honestly pretty good. For the other accessory that goes with this, you have his shorter sword. Can't remember what they're called. I'll probably look it up. That'll probably appear right here. Maddie, editing Maddie, please. But these look very, very nice. You got some nice snake detail right on the hilt right there. Snake head right there, of course. It's Cobra, of course. But that sword just goes in. They have a specific way of going in, so that sword just goes in right there. And for the other sword, I'm going to call these swords throughout the whole review, just saying it right now. So if that makes you mad, believe me, it makes me mad too. You get the longer sword. You get some very nice silver right there for the blade. I forgot to mention that, but on mine it's kind of shitty. It's kind of rubbing off and everything, but oh well, what are you going to do? I could go in there and fix it anyway. But again, very nice snake head for the hilt right there. I wish there was some more paint on this thing to bring out the detail, but whatever, what are you going to do? And again, it goes in the same way as the shorter sword. And there's this peg right there, and of course the arrow is there for a reason. It comes with a bow, and you can put it in that little clip right there, and you can have a bow and arrow. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I really like this compound bow. Very nicely looking, very nicely sculpted. Very nicely sculpted. I love it. Got some nice red for the handle, and that's pretty much it for this bow. But you go get a little bit of sculpted detail right there. You flip it around like so, and then peg that on right there, and then you slip the arrow right in, and boom, you have most of his weapons all up there. You got this little sash with the hole in it that you have to line up with the hole in the back, and then you can plug that in, and there you have Storm Shadow with all of his weapons on him. For the other accessories, they're more physical accessories, I guess. Well, obviously they're still physical, but they're more appearance-wise. You can see you have a little ball joint right here, right there, and you have a little sash right here. Take it off, leave it if you want it. I personally like it on there just because, but obviously you do get some swivel side to side with that being on a ball joint, of course. And again, you have a little down hood right here. If you so pleased, you could take the head just went flying. Holy shit, I need to go get that. The head went flying halfway across my room, so yeah. But you need to put the head in the hood first, and then put it on Storm Shadow, and it takes a bit but there you go. You have a nice pop in there. And it does have that little fishbowl effect, as Swoosh calls it, but I'm convinced that if you really wanted to, you could probably glue it down like right there, and that covers his eyes pretty well too, so it looks more sinister or something. You know, you could do that if you wanted to, but as is, it's not horrible. It's a lot better than some other figures I've seen, so there's that. If you want to have that, you can, but what I really love about the G.I. Joe Classified series is that you could have almost every accessory on this figure at all times. So, yeah. For the figure itself, you get some very nice detail right there. You got the scar coming down from the eye, from the eyebrow to the bottom. You got very nice bushy eyebrows. He's squinting very hard. He's like the photoreal tech. I really like that they're doing the photoreal tech for unphotoreal characters now. You got the gi, very nicely textured with that kind of sewn on feel. You got the ripped off arms right there. Got the bandages, nice gray wash on the bandages for the shins and for the arms right there. Got some padding right there and on the back of the hand. You got some ninja stars right there. Nice silver for the buckle, nice silver for the ninja stars coming around the sash. You got pins right there and some leather detail. Very nice looking, very nice looking. I like the bare arms. You got some pinless tech on there. You got, mine is really sloppy on this part, but you do have some white right there for the sash or for the utility belt, I guess. Again, previously mentioned that right there. Very nice. It flows very well, for plastic at least. And then you get some lines going down to the legs, from the thighs, coming back, and back up to Storm Shadow's ass. Very nice texture right there. I really love the texture on this guy. And again, you got some very nice wash for the wrap right there. And of course, you get the ninja feet and black soles. I really love how they continued the sculpting and the detail and the paint right into those joints right there. So that really sets this figure off. The amount of detail, I really like the Cobra Tampo on him too. Just like everything on this guy is just like perfect. They really knocked it out of the park on him. For articulation, you got a dumbbell joint up at the neck, and you have a neck joint, so you can look up about that far, down about that far, and very nice tilt. I fear that a couple of times a pop in the head on and off will loosen it up, because I'm feeling that a little bit right here, but it's still tight on mine, so I just say be careful mostly. Arm goes full 360. You got some butterfly joint. Mine was kind of stuck, so you had to crack it a little bit to get it loose, but now they work perfect. Arm can go out about that far, down all the way. Very nice bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow goes very past 90, a lot past 90, almost all the way up. You got some crunch right there, that far forward, that far back, and you got a nice diaphragm joint right there. Leg can kick up about that far. Of course, you have the G.I. Joe drop down hinge, and with that, he can kick up a little bit further, and he can kick back about that far with the drop down hinge. Beautiful ninja spread. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knee, which is kind of tight on mine. I don't know. Very good looking though. You got some boot swivel, and foot can go up about that far, down very far, and you do have some beautiful rocker. For comparison, here he is next to the Transformers Earthrise Optimus Prime and the Transformers Legacy drag strip. And here he is next to some G.I. Joe Classified figures with the G.I. Joe Classified Destro. If you want a way back review, you can go check that review out. And here he is next to his rival, the G.I. Joe Classified series Snake Eyes. If you want a kind of further back video than that, you can go check out this guy's review. Way back when these guys came out, I got them, and I reviewed them. So, yeah, if you want to go check that out, you can. And last but not least, here he is next to the G.I. Joe Classified Series Beachhead and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Commander. very, very nice looking over here. I love the Cobra aesthetic that they're going for. And overall, these Joe figures just look absolutely fantastic next to each other. I love it all. All the G.I. Joes, just amazing. Just amazing. Really, really love them. Some of my favorite figures. Alright, before I get into final thoughts, something I just realized I forgot is there is a swivel right here, because on the Walmart exclusive one, it's just bare arms, so they just swapped it out, I think. And so there's that. You got a swivel right there at the wrist, forearm, and you got a swivel at the wrist, up and down hinge for both hands. So very, very good on Hasbro for giving us that. I really appreciate that part. Overall, for my final thoughts, I think this guy is fan-fucking-tastic. This guy's amazing, in my opinion. I'm going to give him a solid 10 out of 10 right here, right now. This guy's detail, the accessories are all on point. Plus, I got this guy from my sponsor, KD Toys and Customs. Who doesn't love a pickup from them? But this guy's just fantastic. I love him. Love him to death. We'll never get sick of this figure, and this just really is the icing on the G.I. Joe classified cake. I say it all the time in my G.I. Joe reviews. I think this is the first one in a very long time, but G.I. Joes are just some of the best figures in my collection, and that goes for Spirit, even down to the Cobra Trooper. I love them so much. I think I've had one, at least 2 on the list every year since 2020, so this is going to be the 3rd year that G.I. Joes make an appearance on the list, and believe me, it is plural, G.I. Joes. But this guy's just fantastic. I love everything about him, down to the wrinkles right there, down to the little texture on everything on the gi. Just everything is on this guy is perfect. I got some sloppiness right there, sure, but I don't really mind that whatsoever. But yeah, if you guys like this review, give it a like. If you guys liked what I do and want to see some more, and you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.